Welcome to Smart Stock Watch, your go-to channel for in-depth financial analysis. Today is May 6th, 2025, and we're diving into MPLX's first quarter 2025 earnings report. Joining us is John, a senior analyst from Smart Stock Watch. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. MPLX has reported some interesting numbers this quarter, and I'm excited to break them down with you.
Revenue and profitability overview. Let's start with the top line. MPLX reported a net income of $1.1 billion for the first quarter of 2025, up from $1.05 billion in the same period last year. John, what does this tell us about the company's profitability?
This increase in net income is a positive indicator of MPLX's profitability. The adjusted EBITDA also grew to $1.8 billion, reflecting a 7% year-over-year growth. This is largely due to their strategic focus on expanding their natural gas and NGL services, which has bolstered their revenue streams.
And what about their cash flow and distributions?
MPLX generated $1.2 billion in net cash from operating activities, which supports their robust distribution of 9.565 cents per common unit. This indicates a strong cash flow position, allowing them to maintain a healthy distribution coverage of 1.5x.
Segment performance and strategic initiatives. John, let's delve into the segment performance. How did MPLX's different segments perform this quarter?
The crude oil and products logistics segment reported an adjusted EBITDA of $1.7 billion, a slight increase from last year. Meanwhile, the natural gas and NGL services segment saw a significant boost, with an adjusted EBIT of $660 million, up from $576 million. This growth is driven by increased volumes and a one-time benefit from a customer agreement.
What strategic moves is MPLX making to sustain this growth?
MPLX is actively expanding its infrastructure. They've announced the acquisition of the remaining 55% of Bengal, LLC, for $715 million, which will enhance their NGL transportation capabilities. Additionally, the Traverse Pipeline, expected to be operational by 2027, will further strengthen their market position.
Financial position and liquidity. Let's talk about MPLX's financial position. How are they managing their liquidity and debt?
MPLX is in a solid financial position with $2.5 billion in cash reserves. Their leverage ratio stands at 3.3x, which is manageable given their stable cash flows. They also issued $2 billion in senior notes to refinance existing debt, which is a strategic move to optimize their capital structure.
And what about their capital return strategy?
They repurchased $100 million worth of common units in the first quarter, indicating a commitment to returning capital to unit holders. This, along with their distribution strategy, highlights their focus on enhancing shareholder value.
EPS forecast and analyst expectations. John, let's discuss the earnings per share. Analysts had forecasted an EPS of $1.06. How did MPLX perform against these expectations?
MPLX exceeded expectations with an actual EPS of $1.10, beating the forecast by 0.04 cents. This positive surprise is likely to bolster investor confidence and reflects the company's strong operational performance this quarter.
What does this mean for the analyst sentiment moving forward?
The sentiment is likely to remain positive, as MPLX has demonstrated its ability to outperform expectations. This could lead to upward revisions in future earnings estimates and potentially attract more investor interest.
Operational efficiencies and future outlook. Looking ahead, what can we expect from MPLX in terms of operational efficiencies and growth?
MPLX is focusing on high-return investments, particularly in the Permian and Marcellus basins. These projects are expected to support mid-single-digit EBITDA growth. CEO Maryann Mannen has emphasized their commitment to strategic opportunities that will enable annual distribution increases.
How does this align with their long-term strategy?
Their strategy is centered around expanding their value chain and optimizing their asset base. By investing in infrastructure and strategic acquisitions, MPLX is positioning itself for sustainable growth and enhanced shareholder returns.
Key takeaways. In summary, MPLX has delivered a strong performance this quarter with a net income of $1.1 billion and an adjusted EBITDA of $1.8 billion. They exceeded EPS expectations and maintain a robust cash position. John, any final thoughts on MPLX's investment prospects?
MPLX is well positioned for future growth with its strategic investments and strong financials. Investors should keep an eye on their upcoming projects and distribution strategies, which could offer attractive returns.
Thank you, John, for your insights, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Smart Stock Watch. We'd love to hear your thoughts on MPLX's performance in the comments below.